Good afternoon. Literally, it's about to be noon, and it will be mid afternoon by the time I get this uploaded and sent out. So please, I hope you took your pills. Oh, there's Captain. No, Spaz, the baby. But anyway, I hope you took your pills. And last night, I hope you washed your blender. And maybe, like me, you woke up way too late to even try to make Keep You Alive juice. Because it will keep you up all night. Like if you drink it now, it will probably keep you up past your bedtime. And then you stay up all night. I fucked around and found out yesterday. And it's literally noon. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So, we're on Psalm 126 and Judith 2. But right now, we're going to read Psalm 126. And this is also a song of ascents. I'm not sure. Anyway. When the Lord brought back the captive ones from Zion, which is a place in Judah and Jerusalem. Yeah, it's called the city of David, formerly Zion. Yeah, you can just buy a fucking plane ticket there. Yeah, you don't need to worship it like it's as astral, right? It's not like this magical, mystical place. It's a fucking city of David. I don't know what fucking kind of journey you're going on to Zion, but it's a fucking place, and you can buy a plane ticket. You don't need to work to get there. You just buy a fucking plane ticket. And you go to the city of David. And voila, you're in Zion. You fucking retards. Anyway. Okay. It says, when the Lord brought back the captive ones of Zion, that means people in Zion were taken captive. So Zion exists. We were like those who dream. Then our mouth was filled with laughter, and our tongue with joyful shouting, like, fuck yeah, we're gonna do it. Then they said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us. We are glad. God is good all the time. Fuck yeah. Okay. Restore our captivity, O Lord. What? Why would you want to go back to being captive? So you can trick people into thinking Zion is mystical? Restore our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south. So we want to be slaves again, just like all that shit with Egypt. They want to be slaves again. These people love being slaves. It seems like it's their favorite. Well, that's because they're highly codependent. Big guy, you kind of made them that way. Just saying. And in a nice way. But you really did. They abuse you, but they can't live without you. They're very codependent. Okay. Restore our captivity as the streams in the south. Those who sow in tears will reap in joyful shouting. He who goes to and fro weeping, carrying his bag of seed, shall indeed come again with a shout of joy, bringing in his sheaf. The oblongs. The dad and oblongs. You know, he looks like a weeble wobble. Right, he has no arms and no legs. He's like a weeble wobble. He sings a song in there called Bringing in the Sheaves. I never thought in a bazillion years that the oblongs would be one of the songs I found in the Bible. Bringing in the sheaves. The oblong guy sings that. Because why not? Okay, so we're getting ready to go to Judith 2. Give me, it'll seem like a second, but I'm gonna need a couple seconds. I don't want to smoke a bowl and stuff before I try to read this shit off of my computer. So, give me a second. Okay. There's like, I don't know, a bunch of sirens going off all at once. Let me open my window. Maybe you can hear it. Can you hear it? There's a bazillion. There's so many sirens going off right now. And the steel mill is right in my backyard. Steel mill is right in my backyard. So, they've never had sirens go off like that. I have no idea what that is. And I don't have any TVs. Well, there is TVs, but only for the video games. Well, yeah, I don't know what any of those sirens are. The train's still running. I don't know what all those sirens are. But the tornado siren sounds a way lot different. I don't know, but it's cold as fuck. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what all the sirens are, though, for real. I have no idea. But now that if we're done scaring ourselves to death, or the universe is done scaring me to death, let's read Judith 2. Oh, yeah, let me tell you what happened, right? So, I called my dad yesterday, and I was like, hey, guess what, old man? Check it out. We started a new book. And he's gonna go, oh, yeah, what book? And I said, the book of Judith. And he said, hey, did you know that song, Hey Jude, by the Beatles is written about that book? And I was singing the words in my head, you know, da 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 da, right? And I was asking my dad, you know, I've only got through chapter 1, and they haven't got to a song yet, right? So I don't really, I don't know how to place that song with this book. And my dad goes, you really are a fucking retard, aren't you? I said, what do you mean? And he said, that song has nothing to do with the Bible, Nick. He's like, I'm gonna mail you a dunce cap. And I said, why? He said, Nick, how would that song be written about the Bible, first off? And second off, what is wrong with you? And I said, I don't know. You know, I'm trying to find, I'm finding songs in the Bible, So why wouldn't I think that song it might have to do something with the Bible books? He said, just think about it. Stop being retarded. You have gullible written across your forehead. I'm going to mail you a dunce cap. So, that was that experience last night. And, I don't know where my phone is. Okay, I'll just tell you as we're reading it. Okay. In the 18th year, on the 22nd day of January, so it'd be 1/22/18. Would it be 00/18 or 0/18? Was 0 in the numbers at this point? Because wasn't there a time 0 wasn't a number? I think there was a time 0 wasn't a number. Anyway, there was a discussion in the palace of Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Assyrians. I thought he was king of the Babylonians. Give me 1 second because this is going to bother me for the rest of the day. 1 second. Okay. I went and found my phone because I think Nebuchadnezzar was the king of the Babylonians, right? So, was Nebuchadnezzar king of the Babylonians?
Also spelled Nebuchadrezzar too, was the second king of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. ruling from the death of his father Nabopolassar in 605 BC to his own death in 562 BC.
Right. So, Nebuchadnezzar is the king of Babylonia. And here it says he's the king of the Assyrians. When? Okay. So, in this story, Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Assyrians, was having a discussion about taking revenge on all the land as he has threatened. He summoned all his attendants and officers, laid before them his secret plan, and with his own lips recounted in full detail the wickedness of the land. What wickedness? That they told him no. You gotta be out of your... He's gotta be out of his mind. They are wicked, but how does he know that? He only knew they told him no. They decided to destroy all who refused to obey the order he had issued. So again, because they had told him no. Okay. When he had fully recounted his plan, Nebuchadnezzar, king of the Assyrians, no! Why does it say he's the king of the Assyrians? He's the king of the Babylonians. Shut up, Nikki. So he summoned Holofernes. That took me a long time to try to say his name. The ranking general of his forces, second only to himself in command, and said, "Thus the great king, the Lord of all the earth, go forth from my presence. Take with you men of proven valor, 120,000 infantry and 12,000 cavalry, and proceed against all the land of the west, because they disobeyed the order I issued." Technically, there wasn't an order issued. You asked them, and they told you no. You didn't tell them they had to. So, technically, they only answered your question. And you won anyway, so what does it matter? I don't fucking know. So here we go again. Tell them to have earth and water ready, for I will come against them in my wrath. I will cover all the land with the feet of my soldiers, to whom I will deliver them as spoils. So, he's going to listen to what this says, okay? And I'll tell you what I think, and in the comments you can tell me what you think. Tell them to have earth and water ready, for I will come against them in my wrath. I will cover the land with the feet of my soldiers, to whom I will deliver them as spoils. So he's going to sacrifice his own soldiers, right? He's going to be like, here you go, right? That's what I think. I think that's what that sounds like. Okay. Their wounded will fall. No, that's not what it says. Their wounded will fill their ravines and wadis. The swelling river will be choked with their dead. Bring it on! Kill them all. And I will deport them as exiles to the very ends of the earth. Do you think that's where Native Americans came from? Go before me, take possession of all their territories for me. If they surrender to you, guard them until the day of their sentencing. Sentencing for what? What are you sentencing them for, you fat, sloppy motherfucker? I don't know what he's punishing them for or sentencing for. He asked a question and they said no. The fuck does that? It wasn't a decree. It wasn't, you have to fight. It's like, will you fight? And they were like, nah, dog. As for those who disobey, show them no mercy. Zero tolerance must be issued forth behind enemy lines. No, I'm just kidding. That song is earlier, way earlier in the book. But he said, show them no mercy, but deliver them up to slaughter, plundering all the land you occupy. Kill them all. Yeah. Dumb. For as I live, and by the strength of my kingdom, what I have spoken, I will accomplish by my own hand, vicariously through his hand. He says, do not disobey a single one of my orders. Fulfill them exactly as I have commanded. Do it without delay. Kill them all. Right? Like he's trying to talk in fire. Like, I am God. He's like a Democrat. So, we learned Nebuchadnezzar is a Democrat. Alright, 1 second. We're going to go to part 2. 1 second. Okay. So, this is called The Campaigns of Holofernes. Yeah, Holofernes. This is part 2 of chapter 2. So it'd be the B side of the tape. Do you guys remember B-sides? Not the greatest songs, but at least it had one good song. Let's see. Okay, so Holofernes left the presence of his lord and summoned all of his commanders, generals, and officers of the Assyrian forces. He mustered 120,000 picked troops as his lord had commanded, and 12,000 mounted archers, and drew them up as a vast force organized for battle. He took along a very large number of camels, donkeys, and mules for carrying their supplies, innumerable sheep, cattle, and goats for their food, abundant provisions for each man, and much gold and silver from the royal palace. If you're going to plunder people and you already have food, what the fuck do you need gold and silver for? What's the point? So in case you lose, the other side has a bunch of shit. What was the point of that? I don't understand. Well, I'm not a war guy, but I'm pretty sure our war guys don't come carrying shit. Then he and all his forces set out on their expedition in advance of Nebuchadnezzar to overrun all the lands of the western region with their chariots, cavalry, and picked infantry. So did they go, well, you look like you're gonna die. You look like you're gonna die. You look like you're gonna die. You look good. Go back there. Back of the line. We're taking only people we look like are gonna die. Doesn't say that. A huge, irregular force, too many to count, like locusts, like the dust of the earth went along with them. So the whole locust thing, hey, locusts hide in the ground, right? I've dug a lot, and I have never dug up a locust. How do you dig up a locust? How far do they hide down there? Like, do they just chill on the crust of the earth, like, and make that sound way down deep in the ground? I don't know. Okay. After a 3-day march from Nineveh, they reached the plain of Bechteleth and camped opposite Bechteleth near the mountains to the north of Upper Cilicia. That really does sound like a drug. It just does. Cilicia. Cecilia. You're breaking. No. Cilicia. From there, Holofernes took all his forces, the infantry, cavalry, chariots, and marched into the hill country. Like, oh, about to kill you all. He devastated Put and Lud. Okay. So if Put is P-U-T, wouldn't Lud be Lud? Or would it be Put and Lud? Put and Lud, they're twins. They're brothers. They're twins. And plundered all the Rasicites. No. Rasicites. I've never heard of them before. And the Ishmaelites, we know them. On the border of the wilderness towards the south of Kalines. Chilling, chilling, chilling. No, shut up. It is the Chellians. Chellians. Chellines. 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 I don't know. Then, following the Euphrates, he went through Mesopotamia and battered down every fortified city along the Wadi Abram until he reached the sea. Why would you beat up Mesopotamia? I thought that was the places of the places. That's where you wanted to be. Mesopotamia. I thought that was like the place. Why would you beat it up? I don't know. He seized the territory of Cilicia. Sounds like a drug. And cut down everyone who resisted him. Then he proceeded to the southern borders of Japheth towards Arabia. We know Japheth and Arabia because it's Arabian Nights, like Arabian Days. Take off and take flight in the most magical way. Shut up, Nikki. That's the Aladdin song. He surrounded the Midianites, turned their tents into... He surrounded the Midianites, burned their tents, and sacked their encampments. Yeah, because the Midianites are bad guys. Descending the plain of Damascus, at the time of the wheat harvest, he set fire to their fields, destroyed their flocks and herds, looted their cities, devastated plains, and put all their young men to the sword. Why? That is the motherfucking stupidest thing. Why? So, you burn your oatmeal, you burn and kill your meat, and then you kill your future soldiers. If you're coming there to take over, don't you want to keep that shit? What is it? Why? Why? That is so dumb. Anyway, this is the last verse. Fear and dread upon him fell on the inhabitants of the coastland, upon Sidon and Tyre, those who dwelt in Sur Osina, the inhabitants of Jamnia, those in Azotus and Ascalon feared him greatly. Why do I know that name, Ascalon? What is that place? Why do we know that? I don't know, but we know that place. There's the Azotus, Ascalon, and they feared him greatly also. I don't know. Why do I know that place, Ascalon? Why is that famous? Put it in the comments. And thank you for watching. Good morning. I hope you took your pills. And you're drinking the Keep Other People Alive juice because it's too late in the morning for Keep You Alive juice. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you. And have the greatest day ever.